Oh. All right, Rabotai, good morning to everybody. Just a quick reminder, we have over here a breakfast of Netz Minyan, but Leilul Nishmat, Sarah Bat Renee. Please say the Berachot and Leilul Nishmata. And we're dedicating the Shiur Leilul Nishmat, Devorah Fege Bat Shemuel, Ora Devorah Bat Shemuel, Esther Rivka Bat Avraham, Monika Bat Fani, and Menachem Mendel Ben El-Hanan, Ruach Hashem Menachem Gan Eden. You know, 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, whoever was here, I believe, remembers, in the middle of Hanukkah, we had an amazing miracle that the Jews in America got very happy. If you remember, there is a man, his name is Mordechai Rubachkin. You remember him? He was in jail, and Baruch Hashem, 2 years ago, it was 8 years, 2 years ago, President Donald Trump decided to release him. So yesterday, I got the whole entire version, of what happened exactly behind the scenes of this story. It's amazing. Amazing. I have to share it with you. It says that the decree was to stay in jail for 28 years. Rabbi, just to say it, you know, we just don't get it. There is a man that I'm in contact with the family, that he was in jail for 5 years, and he's still affected. And you know, he's released right now, and Baruch Hashem, he's still affected. This man is supposed to be in jail 28 years. He have wife, children. Was the issue with the taxes? I don't know exactly what happened over there. Money issue. No, not immigration. Taxes. Anyway, he says that according to the American law, a person who is a prisoner is allowed to ask for a release maximum 9 times. That's the law. If all the 9 times he will not be accepted, he have no more chance. He will have to stay until the end of his sentence. Anyway, Mordechai Rubashkin got in when President Obama started to be president. Every single year, he tried in different ways, different contexts, to get the release. Having this man talking to Obama, the other guy speaking with him, paying a certain amount of money, nothing worked. All of the 8 times, the answer was negative. President Obama went out, and President Trump came in, and he was doubting what to do. If it's kedai for him right now to waste his last chance, or maybe it's not the right time. He sent the question to 2 different rabbis, 2 different places, obviously in Eretz Israel, one of them in Nahariya, Rabbi David Abu Hatzera, and the other one, Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky in Bnei Brak. 2 different rabbis. He sent the question, and he gets the same answer from both of them. Make the request. Fine? He prepares himself, and he sends the letter, and the letter comes back on Hanukkah. I believe it was the first night of Hanukkah. He opens up the letter, and it's being denied. The request is being denied. You're not going to go for free. It's over. You know what that means? Another 20 years to St. Joe. Who wants to live this type of life? Isn't that a young fellow? Isn't the age of, in its, 40s, 50s? Right? Another 20 years? He says that in those moments, he was about to break out. That's it. And he remembers all of a sudden a hidush that he saw, that he learned from the Jose Miluvlin. There is a pasuk. The pasuk says, Ashlech el Hashem yavcha, vehu yechalkelecha. Translation, send to Hashem your worries. He will give you kalkala. Kalkala is parnasa. So basically, the pasuk says, when you have bitachon on Hashem, Hashem is going to give you your parnasa. Says the Chozeh min Lublin, and he explains the follows. He says, every single person on Rosh Hashanah, he had a decree, all what is going to happen to him throughout the year. Berachot, health, etc. The person has to build to himself a keli. Keli, it's called a recipient, yeah. And in this recipient, they have to fulfill it with tefillah, with emunah and bitachon. Says the Chozeh min Lublin, but what is built up, this recipient? How do you build it? And he explains, the recipient is being built throughout hishtadlut. Hishtadlut is an effort. That maybe on Rosh Hashanah, they give you a great decree that you're going to have Be'ezrat Hashem this year making, I don't know how much money. Large amount of money, inshallah. And all this beracha is about to come down to you, but if you're not going to go to work, you're not preparing the recipient. So the beracha cannot get in. The keli, yafeh. So my hishtadlut is the kli that I'm building. But then comes the Chozeh min Lublin, and he asked, but what if I cannot make hishtadlut? It's not anymore in my hands. What if what I was able to do failed? And right now I cannot even build up any recipient to get the beracha. Then what? Says the Chozeh min Lublin, then Ashlech el Hashem yavcha vehu yechalkelecha. Yechalkelecha, it's not parnasa. Yechalkelecha minashon keli. Minashon recipient. If you cannot make it, send the problems to Borei Olam and ask from him. He will make the recipient. It says at those seconds that he's getting the ladder and he sees only darkness in front of his eyes. In the middle of Hanukkah, only darkness. He remembers this Chozeh min Lublin, and he decides to go to the corner of the small cell that he's in, and he prays the tefillah that he never prayed before. All of those 80 years he prayed, and he cried, and he begged to Borei Olam. But this prayer was special. All this prayer was 100% throwing himself to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Depending only on Borei Olam. All of the prayers before, yeah, I trust in you, Borei Olam, you're the only one. And please, he had in his mind also, this guy, give him beracha to succeed, to have the right contact, to speak good to the president. But this time he understood that that's it. No more chance. And the only one that he is supposed to throw himself to him is only HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He said that he came with such a emunah, such a bitachon, such a tlut on HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that automatically he started to dance. Started to dance and sing. ואמונתך בלילות, להגיד בבוקר חסדיך ואמונתך בלילות. Rabbi, 2 days later, I believe it was 2 days, 3 days, comes one of the officers and he calls him up. And he's coming with a huge smile from year to year. And he says, Rabbi Ashkin, this is for you. And he gives him another letter. He opens up the letter and he cannot believe his eyes. Signed by Donald Trump, the permission to be released from jail already today. He cannot believe it. He cannot, it's a dream for him. And with all the emotion, he calls up his wife, and he barely can speak, and he says to his wife, honey, I'm released. I'm going out. Come bring me some garments, some clothings. And his wife tells him, don't worry, I don't have to prepare anything. Already all the 8 years, I have in the car already the suitcase with the clothings, because I knew the Borei Olam is going to answer our prayers. I'm coming right away. Rabbi came out 2 years ago, whoever remembers. He went to Israel and he did a Mesibat Hodaya, also here in America and also in Israel. He said over all this story. When he came out, he started to look what happened really. How come? 2 days before he got a letter denying the request, and right now he's getting the permission to go out for free. What happened? Chanukah time. What happened at that time? That same day, Rabotai. In another place, in another city, far from the jail, there was a little child, sick child, in one of the hospitals. And there is an institution, it's called Make-A-Wish, here in America. They go to different hospitals, they take children that are in high risk, and they give them, make a wish. Whatever you will ask, we'll try to fulfill it. They organize a group of kids to go, and each one of them wanted another star, another sport player, Disney, whatever it is. And there were a group of kids that they wanted to see the president. And in this group of kids, there was a Jew, a little child, that he also wanted to see the president. And that was his wish. But just before he goes with the whole entire group, the doctor checked him again, and the results weren't so good. And the doctor says, with a lot of pain, he says, "I'm sorry, but the child cannot leave the hospital right now. You have to stay here." And the child, sad, says, "But everybody's going to go, and I want to go to see the president and to talk to him." "We're sorry, we cannot leave you. We cannot let you go." And then the in charge of Make-A-Wish turns to the kid and he tells him, "You know what? If you want, you can make a letter, and I will try to speak with the president, and whatever you wanted to ask him, I will ask for you." And the child sits down, and he writes the letter. He gave it to the guy from Make-A-Wish. He goes to the White House with a whole group of kids. Every single one of them is asking something else. And then when they get finally to the end, the man of Make-A-Wish turns to Donald Trump and he asks him, "Sir, there is one child that he wasn't able to come. The doctors didn't let him. But I have a letter that he wrote for you, if you don't mind to read it." "Why not?" "For sure," with a smile, of course. He opens up the letter and he couldn't believe his eyes. This child is asking from a Jew from his neighborhood. His name is Mordechai Rubashkin. He have no family connection with him. They're not family, no cousins, no nothing. He's just another Jew in the neighborhood. And he's saying, "Dear President, I know the family. One of the kids is even my friend. You have other 2 girls that are not 100% well, that need a special education. He's already 8 years in the prison. Please, release him." Turns Donald Trump to the man of Make-A-Wish and he tells him, "I want to tell you something. It's the first time in my life. I got many, many kids. Each one of them was asking from him, for his wish, his private wish. I want to go in a private plane. I want to go in a jet. I want to go in this, in that. But it's the first time in my life that I see how a little child is taking that wish that he had once in his lifetime and he decides to give it to somebody else, that it's not even his family." Rabotai, you know what happened? That same day that this child wrote the letter, and he got to the hands of Donald Trump was the same day that Mordechai Rubashkin decided to take all of this terrible decree and to turn it into something happy and to trust on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ashlech el Hashem yavcha vehu yechalkelecha. Even if there are moments that we cannot make even the keli, we cannot even make the recipient. But we trust in Borei Olam that if I cannot make it, you do it. You do it for me. Then Borei Olam also not only is making the keli, but he's ready to put all the beracha inside that recipient. Rabotai, Hanukkah is the Hag that we're talking about emunah. להגיד בבוקר חסדיך ואמונתך בלילות. Lilot, the nights are much longer, the nights of Hanukkah. Less light we have throughout the day. And light, it's very hard at the moments of darkness to have some light, to have some hope. But the night of Hanukkah, every single night that we're coming and we're lighting those candles, don't run away. Stay next to the candles and pray to Borei Olam to give salvation to all of those people that are holding right now in darkness. Yes, even though they're not family and even though they're not friends. Only because they're part of us. Only because they're part of Am Yisrael. Stay next to the candles. Pray to Borei Olam. The Borei Olam will give salvation and light to all those people, sick people, people that are suffering in different areas in their life. And throughout our emunah, Borei Olam will give to all of us all these beracha that is just waiting for us to come only throughout our prayers. Baruch Adonai Le'olam.